Hey guys, so it's Sunday and obviously we're in the car. There's John. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
He's still snotty, but he's feeling so much better. He had a day, practically all day on the sofa yesterday and feeling much better today. We were supposed to be going to visit our friends down in Shropshire yesterday, having a meal with, going out for a meal with them, staying over the night and then going out today. But because John didn't feel very well, we didn't do that. But we have come down to see them today, and we are on our way now. You want to turn left, John? We are on our way now to, we're practically here, Blists Hill, Victorian town. There we go. So we came last year, if you followed me for Vlogmas last year. We came, it's basically Blists Hill in Ironbridge. And it's a Victorian town. It's permanently set up as it's like a museum, but it's permanently set up as a Victorian town. And for 2 weekends in December, last weekend and this weekend, they have it decked out as a Christmas theme. And we came last year and there was like caroling and stuff. Well, anyway, I'm going to take you guys in with us so you'll get to see exactly what I'm going on about. So our friends live in Shropshire. They live near Bridge North, so we are meeting them here. I don't know if they're here yet or not. Yeah. Probably not, because they're always running late, and they've got two little rascals. So yeah, they've got two rascals. We're here. We left this morning just before 8 o'clock, and there was an absolutely beautiful sunrise, wasn't there? And
we're early.
We are early,
even
yeah.
with a stop.
We stopped. So we left at 8 o'clock this morning. And there was an absolutely beautiful sunrise, and we said we'd meet them here at 10 o'clock because that's when it opens. And we stopped to get a Starbucks and a croissant this morning at the motorway services, and we are still here before 10. What is the time?
It's 5 to
5 to 10, so we are early. There is a queue to get in. So
not even open yet, I wouldn't have thought.
No, it's not. There's a queue to get in.
There you go.
And we're in the main car park because last year it was we got here later, didn't we? So we ended up in like the overspill car park, whereas today we're in the main car park, which is really cool. So yeah, we're going to take you in with us, guys. Last year it was heaving and it became difficult to fit a film and vlog and stuff, so I don't know what it's going to be like this year, but anyway, we're going to try our very best and we're going to meet up with our friends and have a lovely day. So you can just see a bit of the village here. As I said, it's set up like a town, and there are actual shops that you can go into. So the shops have displays in them. Some of the things that you see are just for display to show you how the shop would have looked and the sort of things that the shop would have sold. And also some of the shops have items for sale. So this is the grocery shop, so where people would have got their food from. And as you can see, there's like things like chutney and mustard and biscuits and tea and stuff that you can actually buy. And they're on the kind of like the lower shelves. And then the higher shelves have the things that were, are for display only. And you'll see that the money is in old money and new money, because we didn't go to the bank this time, but they do have a bank where you can go and change your money into old money. So we didn't do that this time, but it is a bit of fun if you want to do it. The only trouble is we have absolutely no idea how the old money works, so we rely on the shopkeepers to kind of translate it into half pennies and D and all that kind of shillings and all that kind of stuff, so we don't really know about it, but so we just stuck to new money this time. But yeah, it's like nice just to kind of look around at the shops and kind of see the sort of things that would have been on sale, and how it would have been set up, because in those days you wouldn't have served yourself, you would have gone in with your list and the shopkeeper would have taken everything off the shelves and put it into bags and stuff for you. So that was really interesting. Your pack, your queen, all the stockings you will find hanging in a row. Mine will be the shortest one. You'll be sure to know. window there, John just is about to point, there are some old-fashioned crackers. Now crackers were designed in the 1840s, they're about by a guy called Tom Smith who actually sold candies, and he designed the cracker as a way of promoting and marketing and selling more of his sweets. So that's kind of typical for that era. I mean, obviously Christmas crackers are a tradition that us Brits have taken through to the modern day, but it's interesting to kind of see an old-fashioned example.
The first Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
This is an old-fashioned steam car. We're not really sure as to whether he wasn't going very fast because there was lots of people around, or whether the steam car really doesn't go that fast at all, but you could certainly walk faster than the car. But yeah, it was fun.
Them far and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, Noel.
Next up, we're going into the pharmacy. Again, much like the provision shop, you know, you wouldn't have served yourself, you'd have been served by someone else. This here is the dentist, which looks absolutely horrific. I'm so glad I didn't have to have any, I wasn't around in the Victorian era, but that's a dentist chair with all the dentist kind of provisions inside the pharmacy. So that's, you know, it's really creepy. But then the Victorians weren't as jolly as we kind of, you know, think that they are. They were quite somber and quite dark in a lot of ways. So yeah, this is the pharmacy again. With the pharmacy, like the provisions, some of the stuff like the soap there you can buy, and some of the things like all the apothecary jars and everything behind the lady, they're just for display only. But there's things like, you know, all those things that you can see there, like the potions and the toiletries and the soap dishes and jug, all that sort of stuff you can buy. So it's a bit of a mixture of stuff. So you could basically do your shopping here. Not your weekly food shop, but you could do kind of like nice little presents and things, because they have like hand lotions and soap and just it's just kind of supposed to be like a part museum and part nice little shopping experience. Obviously it's there as a museum to kind of, you know, teach you about stuff and show you how it would have looked and everything like that, but just with a nice little addity that while you're looking around these shops you can kind of buy something if you wanted to. we decided to go on a horse and carriage ride, which was lovely. You got to see you know, go round the village on the horse and carriage ride, and they were pumping artificial snow around parts of the village, which was really lovely. And we're just on the horse and carriage ride now, going past the river. The canal is further up the hill, but there is part of the Shropshire Canal that kind of backs onto the site.
A Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin, good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You know, the shops, there are also services. There was a plasterer, a plumber, a blacksmith, a candle maker. Basically any kind of thing that you wanted is there. We did go into everything, but I didn't film in everything because some things are a little bit more exciting maybe to film than others, even though it's really interesting. As I say, there's absolutely everything, you know, ironsmith, blacksmith, copper working, woodworking, anything that the Victorians possibly would have needed in their life is here. But as I said, I didn't film it all. This is the woodworker or the woodsmith, and it was all decked out Christmassy, so he was kind of in an elf costume and he was making wooden toys, so that was kind of really nice to see. As you can see there, he made a rocking horse, and he was just explaining to everybody about kind of how he made it and the different types of wood and the properties of the wood and everything like that. So that was kind of really interesting. And of course the woodwork shop was all decked out all Christmassy, so that's why it was kind of really nice to look at.
I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bride was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and then we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
We didn't go into the baker's because at the time that we were there was nothing for sale. The bread wasn't available until 12 o'clock, so we didn't go into the baker's, but this is just the outside of the baker's. We ended up buying lunch, and we got lunch from, believe it or not, the butcher's, but we got cheese and onion pasties from the butcher's. The queue for the fish and chip shop was just absolutely crazy, as it was last year, so yeah, we ended up just getting cheese and onion pasties, and we just kind of had a nice day, just kind of wandering around and looking at the village and all the Christmassy stuff, and it was just a really, really nice day.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bride was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and then we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh,
So into the post office then, as a lover of letter writing and stationery, I love this. I found it really, really interesting. They had lots of old letters in there. There's a museum above the post office as well, which kind of tells you about the history of the Royal Mail. So in here there was kind of loads of different greetings cards and old letters and letter writing. The chap there was doing a display of some old-fashioned kind of calligraphy. They got old pen nibs on display and some that you could buy. They had wax seals and sealing wax, which I was going to get some, but then I forgot to go back and get some because I have a wax seal, but I've run out of wax, but never mind. And yeah, just anything to do with kind of sending letters or sending mail, it was all in there. Some of it to buy, like there's the nibs that I was talking about, and some of it just on display as a kind of museum. But yeah, I really like the post office. I find it really, really interesting, basically. So into the dressmakers then, or the haberdashery, whatever you want to call it. This was absolutely rammed with things to look at. There's just so much to kind of feast your eyes on, you know. There was just so much from, you know, there was hats and lace and ribbon and gloves and little kind of intricate details. If you're into your sewing or anything like that, this would have been an absolute haven for you. As you can see, there is just so much to kind of look at and take in, really. There was just so much there, and yeah, amazing. As with a lot of these places, that if there's kind of stuff to be made, a lot of the shop assistants make stuff. When we went to the blacksmiths, for example, we were watching him make stuff, and here there was a lady who was sewing, and so it was all really interesting to kind of watch what they're doing as well as look at all the stuff on sale. And some of the things in here absolutely cracked me up. Like, you saw the sign on the door for cast off clothing, and there were some other signs around about, you know, stuff to get your servants and buy your servants, like this cracks me up, flea proof. Ticking that's flea proof. I think that's absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so just stuff that you could get your servants. And there was also a sign later on in here that said Christmas fripperies, because obviously, if you know, some of the working classes, money would have been very tight, but they also wanted to celebrate Christmas, you know, here we go, here's the gift parcels for servants, what to get your servants. So yeah, it was just, this was one of the most interesting, I kind of thought, just kind of to see the difference between the classes, you know, the finery, the fine lace and stuff for the middle and upper classes, and the servants' attire and signs for what to buy as servants. So I kind of found this one quite interesting. This is just some more kind of like footage and scenes from around the village before it got too busy, because it did get absolutely rammed later on in the afternoon. And just in a moment I'm going to show you some footage of some Morris dancers.
Oh, you were born for that job.
That lady took the flag off the box and said, oh, I want to get one, I can't believe it. Oh, she's still there. What was that? I'm sorry. No, go for it.
This is the sweetie shop. Of course, we were with our friends who have 2 children, and of course we had to make a visit to the sweetie shop and buy some sweeties. So this is a cliff lift. Because the cliff's quite steep, you can get this kind of cliff lift up to the next level. There isn't that much to see up the top per se. There was the old canal, so you got the old canal, so we went for a walk along that for a bit, and there's kind of like some old brickworks and other engineering kind of remnants or you know, artifacts up there. But basically you can get a really nice view of the valley from the very top, so that's why we went up. So on the site they also have some cottages and some housing. This was one of the very small working cottages. yeah, very, very tiny. So it's quite eye-opening when you think of some of the housing that we are used to now, and to think that, you know, whole families used to live in some of these really, really small cottages. So this was a, you know, working person's cottage that would probably have worked on the land or in the mine, or, you know, something like that. But I find it really interesting to look at some of the simplicity and how people used to live, and how sort of more simplistic. This was their cellar, so this is where they kept all their food and provisions. So it's really dark, so you can't really see that much, but yeah, that's all their kind of, you know, food and provisions down there in their cellar. And I really, really love looking around some of these old cottages and things, just because I think nowadays we kind of are a bit materialistic, and, you know, we're requiring bigger and bigger houses all the time. So I find it really interesting to look at some of the smaller cottages and how people used to live, and, you know, and raise whole families and all that kind of stuff. So it's really dark in here. There weren't many windows, and, you know, you've got the fires going for the warmth and the light, but I just really love it. And I also really enjoy looking at the way the houses are decorated as well. So this is another one we're going into, not quite as you know, a little bit more wealthier than the last cottage, but I just really like the decorations. I'm very much was trying to get inspired, and was inspired by the Christmas decor. You know, because it was all very tasteful, it was all very natural, like, you know, they've got oranges on display and foliage and pine cones, and I was kind of spent a lot of time looking at the Christmas decorations, just trying to get inspired, really, in kind of ways that we could decorate at home. The fire wasn't going in this lounge area of the house, but and like the, you know, the old-fashioned Victorian greetings cards and everything. And so yeah, just really enjoyed looking at all the Christmas decorations.
I'm going to say Christmas Eve is coming soon. Now are you, dear old man? Whisper what you'll bring to me. Tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12, when I'm fast asleep.
So this is the kitchen area, which was also decorated, and I was really loving these paper garlands. They were made out of newspaper, but every single one had got like detail in them. You know, as you could see, there were like birds cut out of them, and holly and little soldiers and things, and I've kind of taken some inspiration from that. So I might be look at these little mice, absolutely fantastic. I might be taking some inspiration from those to decorate at home. And the lady there, she'd been making mince pies and Christmas puddings, and showing you how she'd made them on just a very simplistic little fire. You know, absolutely amazing. We take these fancy cookers and ovens for granted, but she was making, you know, traditional mince pies that I would make in my oven at home on kind of like an open fire. I mean, she did burn a couple of them, but absolutely amazing to think that they were made on just that open fire. Absolutely incredible. And this was the church. Interesting church. It's very much it was a working people's church. It wasn't very, like, a lot of our churches in Britain are very old and made out of stone and very ornate. This was a simple tin structure for the land workers to come and worship in. this was the doctor's house. He had the surgery in a different part of the house. This was the doctor's living room. So as you can see, the class and the financial income is substantially more than the other houses. So they're more lavishly decorated and have got finer trimmings and finer furnishings and things, which you can just see here. It's a lot more lavishly decorated, but I'm still absolutely loving the Christmas decorations, and I just love the kind of natural stuff. So I was really taken. And again, in this house, as with the others, they'd used newspaper to make garlands, which I'll show you again because they were different. So definitely think I'm going to be doing something like that over the coming days for our decor, because I absolutely love it. But look at that tree, absolutely stunning, with all the orange slices, and they had a garland over the fire which was made from dried apple slices, and I just absolutely adored it. I just find this, with all of these rooms, I just find them so cozy and so comfortable looking, and something that I don't know, just really struck me, because I just found them absolutely so cozy. Here are the paper garlands that I'm talking about. How stunning are they? They're just paper, but they've just been cut to look absolutely amazing. Just the most simple thing, but they just look, for me, I just think they look so striking, and I love it.
Food before I starve to death. Yeah, we're home. Have you missed us? Did you miss us?
We went out home.
Yeah. Have you even noticed?
We noticed, but only because we didn't have lunch, Mum.
Oh, do you want some cabbage?
Oh.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, baby bubs. Make it bumblebee. Hello, beautiful. There you
Yeah,
go.
there
Our
you
babies.
go.
It's my bubba.
Splodge and Nibbles aren't too sure, Daddy.
No. Did you see that?
I did see that little jumpy jumps.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you not happy? Ow. Is it because I'm giving you kale and you're bored of kale?
No, I'll eat it.
I eat it if I have to.
How you feeling, John?
I'm okay.
You're okay?
Okay.
You still got your
I
cold?
still have my cold, but it's better.
It is better.
It is a bit better.
You're going to work tomorrow?
If I have to.
Aww. Everyone's happy.
No, well, they seem happy, don't they?
They seem happy.
Are you right, Splodgy?
Have you had a nice day today?
I have. It's been very nice, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been
Christmassy
lovely.
and-
Yeah, it's been nice. Faye stopped eating then to listen. She was like, "Arr." Yeah. Yeah, missed you girls.
Yeah.
Missed you girls. Yeah, so it's like 9:30. We went for 10 to 10. No wonder I'm tired. Went to, after Bliss Hill, we then went to Bridge North with our friends and went out for pizza, which was really nice. And then we drove home in the rain, and now it's home time, and now it's bedtime. See you tomorrow.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.